It began September 6, 1946, when the Browns played host to the Miami Seahawks and won the game 44-0 here at the stadium. And the Cleveland Browns era, as we know it, comes to an end today in this, the 51st Battle of Ohio between the Browns and the Bengals.
The 50th and final year of Browns football offered 47 young men an overwhelming challenge. Thrust by circumstance into a season that symbolized the widening gap between teams and fans, these young men never lost their nobility. They rose above talk of sweetheart stadium deals, legal wrangling, and franchise free agency, and they simply played the game. They played with heart, they played with dignity, and most important, they played for their fans, a legion of supporters who stuck by the team for 50 years. In 1995, Cleveland lost a football franchise, but they gained 47 heroes, men who proved their most valiant in parting. In the season opener, wide receiver Michael Jackson thrilled the crowd by duplicating his success from the 1994 playoffs against New England.
Then he's going to put it up. Pass time, steps up in the pocket, throw to a wide open Michael Jackson, 40, 30, touchdown, Browns, 70 yards.
And the Indians aren't the only one that can get the home run ball.
Vinny rolls right. He's looking, throwing, end zone for Michael Jackson. It's a jump ball, and what is the call? Touchdown, Browns, Jackson.
What a catch!
The defense showed some muscle, stopping the Patriots short of a touchdown for 59 minutes. But with 19 seconds to play, Curtis Martin leaped toward the goal line with the debatable result.
Hands off to Martin. He dives. We've got no signal. He's not in. Now they say touchdown, Patriots. A very late call.
A very, very late call.
The Browns returned home to meet Tampa Bay, and the Dog Pound fans howled a chorus of approval for the defense. The NFL's toughest team to score on in 1994 looked just as dominant against Trent Dilfer and the Bucks, recording 7 sacks. The special teams also contributed, capitalizing on a muffed punt.
He fumbles the ball. He's in. It's loose. Browns have it.
Vinny Testaverde, who quarterbacked Tampa Bay for 6 years, has undergone a renaissance in Cleveland, sculpting a masterful 2-touchdown performance.
Looking, throws, corner, caught by McCardle, touchdown, Cleveland Browns. Then he's going to put it up. Has protection, looks, throws deep up the sideline. McCardle wide open, touchdown, Cleveland Browns. A 32-yard strike, his second of the day for Testaverde.
In your face, Sam White.
Testaverde and Keenan McCardle combined on their 3rd touchdown in 2 games the next week at Houston.
And Testaverde to McCardle has become a familiar phrase.
Strong safety Stephon Moore put on an exhibition of his own, intercepting his way to an NFL record.
Ewer under pressure, steps up, throws down the sideline for Sanders, and it is tipped away and intercepted by Stephon Moore, who now joins some illustrious company with 3 picks here in the first half.
Running back Leroy Horde had his finest game of the season, and he kept the Browns ahead until the Oilers notched a late score. Then Testaverde and Michael Jackson connected on another game-breaking play.
Oilers blitz, steps up, throws, intended for Michael Jackson. Touchdown, Browns! And yes, the Browns have answered.
By righting themselves with 2 straight wins, the Browns headed home to face the unbeaten Chiefs, brimming with confidence.
Browns, baby! Number 1!
Man, they got some dogs out there, boy. Look at that big old number 98 over there. Now, that's a dog over there.
Hey, man! It's gonna be a long day. Tough day, 60 minutes. We'll be all right.
Offensive lineman Orlando Brown, Bob Dahl, Steve Everett, Herman Arby, Warren Williams, and Tony Jones manhandled a Kansas City defensive front that includes 2 Pro Bowlers. The Browns' people movers plowed furrows of open space for Ernest Biner and the ground game.
Vinny hands off to Ernest Biner, fights off the pile and into the end zone. Touchdown, Ernest Biner.
Great spin move at the 5-yard line.
Yeah, because they look like they start sitting there waiting on the run now.
But the Browns proved just as efficient with the pass as Vinny Testaverde continued his amazing early season run. Through 4 games, he completed 59% of his passes for 861 yards and 8 touchdowns.
Into the pocket, throws for Rison. Touchdown, Browns. Andre Rison finds the end zone for the first time in a Browns uniform.
The Browns sensed a breakthrough, and they refused to let themselves fold.
You ain't hurt, Wallace. Forget about it. Just turn it up. All right, Bo, these guys like to come from behind, so don't let up. No defense now. Come on, put them away.
And the defense sent the team that finished with the league's best record to an early bed.
Second down and short. Bono, quick drop, throws intercepted by Gerald Dixon. 10-5 into the end zone. Touchdown, Browns. 1 of the 3 degrees.
Gerald Dixon was just sitting all over that run. Slant pattern and picked it off and took it in for 6.
And the party has started.
19 seconds later, Mike Caldwell would make sure the festivities would last long into the night by mimicking Dixon's speed.
Straight back, throws left sideline, intercepted by Caldwell, and he is strutting his way into the end zone. And what a party this is.
Damn, it feel good to be winning, boy. It feel good to be winning. We can only grow from here because, Dre gonna get better. We're gonna believe in ourselves more so.
Despite a promising start and high hopes, ominous clouds loomed overhead. The Browns would beat just one more team the rest of the year. The Browns met the Bills in Week 5 before a national television audience. Wide receiver Derek Alexander stole the early spotlight with a 69-yard punt return.
Alexander at his own 31-yard line. 40, 45, 50, one man to beat. 40, 30. They're not going to get him. Derek Alexander has brought it all the way back.
Though the Browns came up a field goal shy, the game was a testament to the explosive potential of the receiving unit. A gifted and productive set with 3 distinct parts: the deep threat, the touchdown maker, and the possession man. Keenan McCardle led the receivers in catches, possessing the ability to get open underneath man coverage or in the seams of the zone. In addition, McCardle unleashed a dazzling array of spectacular grabs. Free agent pickup Andre Rison got behind the defense enough to catch 5 passes of over 40 yards. His speed gave the Browns an added dimension they have lacked in recent years.
Throwing deep for Andre Rison, who takes it and puts it away and will be down at the Vikings 7-yard line.
He hit him right in stride. Andre Rison with the go route on the right side.
But the highest praise must be reserved for Michael Jackson. He not only led all receivers in yards, but he scored every 5 times he touched the ball.
He's into the end zone untouched. End zone touchdown, Brown. Then he's going to put it up. Chargers blitz, picked up nicely, throwing for Jackson on a fade. Touchdown, Brown. 28 yards. And he touched the birdie to Michael Jackson to the left.
He sold the post pattern and came back out.
Has time, looking over the field, throwing end zone, has Jackson open, he turns, has the touchdown, Brown. 37-yard strike, an outstanding catch and throw.
There were big play men all over the offense. Leroy Hoard followed a Pro Bowl 1994 campaign by leading the team in rushing. Though a fullback by nature, Hoard used an elusive style and electric speed to make big plays. Quality tight end play from Harold Bishop, Frank Hartley, and number 88 Brian Kinchin solidified an offense with multiple weapons. But the greatest impact might have come from a greenhorn from Marietta, Georgia, named Eric Zeier. In Week 9, the rookie was tabbed to start against the Bengals, and his freewheeling style perfectly suited Andre Rison, who ended up with 173 yards.
Zeier going to put it up, steps up in the pocket, throws, end zone, Rison, touchdown, Browns, a 17-yard strike. Zeier to Rison right on the money.
This is a different offense today.
Zeier's presence seemed to inspire the whole team, which was in the throes of a 3-game slide. Defensive end Rob Burnett pummeled Bengal quarterbacks for 3.5 sacks. Ernest Biner faced a 179-yard rushing attack, and everyone played with a greater sense of purpose. Zeier's youthful exuberance was an elixir for the team's lethargy.
Land play, Biner, nothing to the left, cuts it back, right into the end zone, touchdown, Brown.
Cincinnati scored 10 points in the final minute to gain a tie. But instead of withering under pressure, the Browns reached down and found a new hero. Dana Hall's interception set up Matt Stover's field goal and a fitting cap to a hard-earned victory.
Oh my, had them all the way, never a doubt in overtime. The Browns win it 29-26. Doug, a game with so many heroes, and the 3-game losing streak comes to an end in the jungle.
Defense is about attitude in Cleveland, led by 11 relentless men ready to pounce at the sound of the starting gun.
1, 2, 3, start!
Replacing tackles Michael Dean Perry and James Jones was a daunting task made easy by number 78 Dan Footman, Larry Webster, and Mike Frederick, aided by linebacker support from 7 and 8-man fronts. Number 73 Tim Goad came in from New England and ably clogged the middle, registering most of his 49 tackles right at the line of scrimmage. Number 98 Anthony Pleasant and number 90 Rob Burnett are a pair of 6th-year bookends. It's unclear which player is quicker to the quarterback. Burnett posted 7.5 sacks using a variety of moves, tricks, and techniques. Pleasant led the team with 8 sacks, giving him and Burnett 74 since coming to the Browns in 1990. In addition, Pleasant demonstrated a proclivity for the sack and strip. When quarterbacks could get the ball away, linebackers Pepper Johnson, Carl Banks, Gerald Dixon, and Mike Caldwell either pounded the recipient, altered the flight plan, or caught the ball themselves. A deep secondary formed the backbone of the defense. Right cornerback Don Griffin was at his best close to the line against the pass or run, but he could also be dangerous in coverage.
Play action, Dilfer on a bootleg, looks, throws, end zone, intercepted by Donnie Griffin deep in the end zone.
On the left side, Antonio Langham showed no signs of a sophomore jinx, leading the team in passes defended. Before succumbing to a knee injury in Week 9, safety Eric Turner was leading the team in tackles. His absence allowed youngsters like Bashan Adams, Tim Jacobs, and Isaac Booth to gain valuable playing experience. But the star of the secondary was safety Stevan Moore. Thrust into a leadership role this season, Moore did a little of everything. He blitzed the quarterback. He provided run support. He imprinted his helmet on a host of receivers over the middle. Plus, he led the team with 5 interceptions, the first 5 of his career.
Harris there, no, intercepted by Stevan Moore. Stevan Moore comes up big. Will Fuhr gonna put it up. Straight back in the pocket, looks, throws, middle, intercepted by Stevan Moore, and he spins and fights and takes it down.
The seeds of future defensive stars are sown on the special teams. Players like Louis Riddick, Eddie Sutter, Rich McKenzie, and number 20 Johnny Thomas have shown their readiness to step up and contribute through their fearless style of play on punts and kickoffs. The leader of this unit was Benny Thompson, who epitomized the heart of the Browns by playing most of the year with his hand in a cast. His courage was a sign of events to come in the trying final weeks of the season. The Browns entered a Week 10 home date with Houston, hoping for a fast finish to the season and a possible playoff berth. The game started with a touchdown to Andre Rison on the opening drive. But earlier in the week, Brown ownership announced a plan to move the franchise to Baltimore in an attempt to obtain more revenue. This distraction proved fatal for the Browns' season. In future weeks, the Browns would continue to slide, making mistakes due not to a lack of effort, but a loss of concentration. It was a textbook example of Murphy's Law. Everything that could go wrong did.
Oh, apparently we can't go further south. Very sad day. As Harry Carey once said, you can't ballyhoo a funeral.
Idealistic hope gave way to cold fact. The Browns were leaving. Fans were left bewildered and angered, and so were the players. The move offered them a new perspective, a rare opportunity to witness real adversity, real hardship, real sadness. But they thrived in this moment of insight and made the most of their final chance to show Cleveland their passion for the game. In particular, 3 veteran leaders, the heart and soul of the team, gave an example of the indomitable force of pure will. Middle linebacker Pepper Johnson led the team with 130 tackles, giving a consistent effort on the field. But more than that, Johnson led with his demeanor, his feisty spirit that has always made him a tinderbox of emotion. This season, his boundless energy was needed the most. Vinny Testaverde has always been a more subdued leader. When he was benched in favor of Eric Zaire in Week 9, Vinny did not resort to the usual tactics of petulant stars. He waited his turn, returned to action, and delivered with his finest season. He completed 62% of his passes for 2,883 yards and 17 touchdowns, despite missing part or all of 5 games. It was Ernest Biner's second tour of duty with the Browns, and his indefatigable style was a link to the past. Biner caught 61 passes, most on the team. He led all running backs in touchdowns, and he went all out on every snap of the ball.
And he looks right, throws complete to Biner, and Ernest will stroll into the end zone. Zaire, straight back, dumps it middle, Biner wide open, 20-15, 10-5, touchdown Browns. Ernest Biner goes in untouched.
And rightfully so that Ernest Biner catches it, because he is one player that will not fold his tent.
These core players led the Browns into battle one last time in Cleveland.
Hey, programs! Souvenir football programs! Final edition!
26 years season's ticket holder. I'm going to cut my seat out. You got it, man. Go Browns.
Go Browns!
Last game in the stadium. Got to show a good performance. Finishing up on a positive note.
Turn it out, fellas! Let's turn it out, fellas! Let's do it!
In the twilight of the long history of Cleveland Stadium, the Browns had one thought in mind: preserve the legacy. Fittingly, it was a showcase for the team leaders. Ernest Biner ran for 121 tough yards. Pepper Johnson had 9 tackles and 1 pickoff.
Ball is tipped, intercepted by Pepper Johnson, 35 to the 30 to the 25 to the 20 to the 18-yard line. And the Browns are set up nicely.
And Vinny Testaverde's 22 for 32 performance made sure the Browns would leave their city the same way they entered, as winners.
Vinny, play action, looking, throws, Hartley, touchdown, Cleveland Browns. Vinny Testaverde a yard from the tight end from Illinois.
I saw the line with the tackles back. I had to jump over the tackles. And I knew you threw it. As soon as I jumped over, I looked, the ball was in there. Oh. Yeah, baby.
He's going to put it up. He's looking, has time, throws, end zone, McCardle, touchdown, Cleveland Browns. 16-yard strike, Testaverde to McCardle. What an amazing turn of events. And quite a few fans are turning their attention to memorabilia at this point, Doug. There are whole sections here now without seats as they want to take a part of this storied place home.
The majesty of victory soon faded, and as the final moments of the Browns in Cleveland dwindled away, the players made perhaps the most heroic gesture of the NFL season.
As Dana Hall and several other players now head to the dog pound. This is quite a scene. Everyone is on their feet as the players continue to walk up in front of the dog pound. They just want to hold on to the memories, see some of the players for the final time. They just want to sit and stay warm in the memories of so many years.
Nobody wants to let this moment go. Nobody wants this team to go. Nobody inside these walls.
In the end, time ran out on the Cleveland Browns. The wood, brick, and concrete stadium on West 3rd Street now houses bare, ruined choirs whistling softly of years gone by. But the memories of the 1995 Browns, the constant reminders of their courage, will never leave the hearts and minds of the citizens of Cleveland.